What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here. Welcome back to the Basque Boys, and as always, if you are still enjoying the series, please do go and drop it a like. Now today, we're going to be playing our first leg of the knockout stages in the Champions League versus Spurs, but before we get to that, we're going to go over how we fared over the last couple of matches. We're going to go over how the team has fared over the course of the season, and then take a look and see how our youth development is coming along, because we do have a youth intake coming up in the next month. It's nice to see how far the youth have come along since we picked them up. And since our last episode, we only played 2 matches in the league, but came out victors in both of them against bottom half of the table teams, Granada and Numancia. Versus Granada, we shut them out, didn't give them much in the way of shots, with Ander Herrera and Iñaki Williams, the goal scorers, on our side. But then against Numancia, it was a little bit of a back and forth affair. We had to come from behind in this one and beat them by the score of 3-2, with Marino and Williams getting goals there, but then Shabby, with 7 minutes left on the clock, coming away with a good capper on a great counter-attacking move. So 6 points out of 6. Now, as far as the table goes, we are still in 3rd place. We're still behind Barcelona and Real Madrid, but now only 5 points off of the top, as there's about 13 matches left to go in the season. There's still a chance that we can go and at least pip Real Madrid for 2nd place. It's all going to come down to, will we get enough points to match or exceed what Barcelona are going to get? Because we all know that Barcelona are going to be absolutely dominant throughout the rest of the season, so it's all about keeping pace with them. Outside of that, taking a look at some of the player stats, Villalibre is still the Pichichi leader right now, 20 goals in those 25 matches. Outside of that, I don't see much in the way of anything else. Villalibre also most players of the match in La Liga, getting himself 5 there. And Mikel Merino getting one of the most yellow cards. He's the most yellow-carded player in the league with 11. So that's not a list I want to see him on. And Villalibre has been continuing to impress. I mean, it's no small feat for him that he's getting himself 34 goals in 37 appearances this season. He's continuing to be close to the 1-to-1 ratio that he has been over the last couple of seasons. And outside of that, nobody else has scored in double digits. Muniain's close on 8. Xavi's got 7. Herrera's got 7. But this time last year, you have seen Muniain with probably about 10, 12, 15 at most. You would have seen at least a few other players on double digits. So the goal scoring is down. Yes, it may have all gone to Villalibre, but the fact that the goal scoring is down as a team is a little bit concerning. Outside of that, assist-wise, assister at this point in time in the season, Shabby with 10, Muniain's got 9, Vasquez got 7, but he's injured right now, Lekwe with 6. Once again, all of these are down as well, because you would still be seeing a lot of players, maybe 3 or 4 players at this point in time in the season, with double-digit assists. So the fact of the matter is that, yes, La Liga is getting tough. I think that the tactics that we are using currently at this season have made it tough on us, that we're all filtering it towards Villalibre. But outside of that, Villalibre is just doing it himself. I mean, he doesn't really need anybody to assist him when it comes to these goals scored. And I think that's the fact of the matter when it comes to the goal scoring is down and the assist tallies are down. I don't know if I need to come up with a tactic or something that, tries to allow players to come up with more assists, because this is a team game. I don't want everybody to just do it all themselves. Villalibre is the exception to the rule because he is just that good. But I want everyone to get involved on these goals going forward, get the assist tallies up. Don't just do it all yourself. I mean, Muniain, you can see him try to do it all himself at times. Marino, Herrera, some of them try to do it all themselves from time to time, trying to get through defenses, and that doesn't work. So need to build up the team play, build up the teamwork and cohesion, and maybe the assists will come. I'm hoping. And for the youth prospects, we're going to break this up into 2 parts. The first one is we're going to take a look at Lorenzo Gallego. He is the most fit that can possibly get into the starting squad right away. And then we're going to look at the top potential players that could develop a few years down the line. So taking a look at Lorenzo Gallego, he's on a 2.5 star, that's what the assistant manager thinks, and a 3.5 star potential. He has dropped from his 4.5 when I originally picked him up. And to be quite honest with you, when you take a look at his overall stats in his graph, he doesn't look all that bad. At 18 years old, yes, it's still a long ways off, still needs more development time, but just take a look at some of his stats. He's an all-around midfielder. A 12 first touch, 17 technique, 12 passing. His vision is a 16. In fact, take a look at these bottom 3 stats. Teamwork of 20, vision of 16, work rate of 17. That is immense. And if I stick him into the squad right now, I'm sure he'll fit in absolutely perfectly. But the fact of the matter is he's 18 and he's still growing. Maybe in a couple years' time, maybe then I will put him in. But other than that, he doesn't look all that bad. Like I said, a very all-around midfielder, trending more towards the defensive side, but I can slot him in at center mid, and he can absolutely do a job there. So Lorenzo Gallego seems to be a great pickup from when I got him a couple years ago. Right, so now let's take a look at the top potential players, and I got 4 that could potentially reach 5-star, if not at least 4-star, and Javi Goitia is on top of that list. You saw him a couple episodes ago because we just picked him up in the transfer window. He's starting to get himself settled into the squad, and it looks like he's already got a couple of stats going up. So already working with the Bilbao squad is helping him out. Inigo Bilbao, who we brought in at the transfer window last season, I think so. He's 17 years old now. Looks like all of his stats are going up. Just giving him more game time is what is best for him at this point in time. Getting him in the under-19s, getting him into Bilbao C. If I try to double up his workload, more often than not, if you double up a youth player's workload, they develop twice as fast. I know that seems like it's weird. It seems like it would tire him out faster, but it's something I learned from second yellow card, in that if you have a young player that has a high potential, a high ceiling, you gotta give them as much game time as you possibly can. So that's what I'm doing. Looking further down the list, Mark Alvarez is a 2-star player currently, and he was another player that I picked up during the transfer window last year. 17-year-old midfielder. Actually, he started to drop off a bit in his development. If I would have shown you his stat screen about a month ago, a good 3/4 of these stats would have been arrow trending upwards. So still a developmental project. Like I said, 17 years old, a lot of time to bring him into the squad and vet him and grow him. And then on top of that, Iñaki Garcia, the 18-year-old defenseman at this point in time, defensive mid. He's been getting a lot of game time for the under-19 Spanish national team, which is good for him, especially in his development. 2-star potential, or sorry, 2-star current ability right now, 5-star potential, and it seems like his development has stalled as well, maybe because he's not getting as much game time domestically, but like I said, he is internationally capped at a youth level, so that should help him out. Right, so now we get into our first leg of the Champions League knockout stages versus Spurs, and we're actually going to be taking it on at home. I thought it was originally going to be at New White Hart Lane. It's going to be at San Mamés to start. And as you can see, Tottenham coming out in a 4-2-3-1. They got Harry Kane, they got Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli, Bentaleb is still there, Ricardo Rodriguez, Alderweireld. They have Jack Butland in net. Interesting, they have Jack Butland in net. So yeah, it's obviously not going to be an easy task, since they're coming out in a 4-2-3-1 and they have such great players. We're going to be coming out in our 4-3-3 formation. We're not going to have a few players because of injuries or suspensions. You know about Vasquez, you knew about Hervias being injured, but Laporte and Marino suspended for this match, and obviously Iñaki Williams cannot play in the Champions League. But that being said, this is what we got to go with for a lineup. Kepa is going to be in net today. Leque, Martinez, Echeniz, and Azpilicueta on the back line. San Jose, the defensive mid. Herrera, Linton Jr. as our 2 center mids. Muniain, Shabby, Villalibre, the top 3. It's at home, so feel that we should have some home field advantage. But the Spurs don't look like a team that are going to lay down to anybody, especially with Harry Kane, Dele Alli, and Christian Eriksen in that front 7. So let's just go out and play like how we've played for the better part of the last 2-3 years. Let's come out and hit you in the mouth and get the goals early. And don't allow any away goals. That would be a big plus. So that being said, let's go kick off and see what happens. But so far, after 20 minutes, Spurs and us have taken a bevy of shots, but none of them have gone on target. 23 minutes on now, and that could all change. Oh, that did not miss by much. Unas going just wide with his shot. We've had 60% of the ball, and we have not turned that into a decent chance of shots on target, so things might have to change as our yellow cards are starting to rack up. And it might very well lead to a formation change. I got a few nervous people over here, which is not good. It's not good at all, but yeah, I might have to bring San Jose up, and we're going to put him in the center of the park. And like I said, that's definitely not what I want to see out of any of my players. Linton Jr. and Herrera on yellow cards. I'm actually going to think about taking Herrera off for Inchausti. Now, will it actually work out in the end? I have no idea. But at this point in time, I need to do something to help instigate some shots on goal, because we haven't had a single shot on goal yet. So I think for now, we're going to go with this and hope that it works. It's just not been a good day at the office for anybody, especially at home. We're at home. We should be coming out and impressing our fans and giving them the goals that they so deserve. And I just saw that Sergio Aguero is coming on for Spurs. Sergio Aguero to Spurs is a bit of a head scratcher, especially if he's not playing as a striker. I guess he's playing as the cam. Eric Dyer's just been subbed on. Eric Lamela has been subbed on as well for Spurs. I should probably start making some subs as well. Lekwe is going to be out for Uhia. And, oh boy, yeah, people looking nervous and very nervous, and that's not good. That's not good in the slightest. Azpilicueta is going to be coming off for Severit, so basically subbing off both my wingers. 18 minutes left to go. Both us and Spurs have made all three of our subs, and it's just coming down to, okay, how's the rest of this match going to play out? 2 minutes left to go in this match, and it's a highlight to Spurs. Uhia, though, with a great interception, and can we turn this into a counterattack? Shabby loses the ball in the middle of the park to Dyer, and now they're coming in on a break. Echenez, good interception, though. Look at all these interceptions and what is going on over here. Long pass out to Villalibre. He does actually pick it up. Linton Jr. to Inchausti, to Villalibre. He just takes it inside. He doesn't, but Uhia keeps it in bounds. Baldy Keita gets it out to Harry Kane. What is going on here? This is just some back and forth football. Kane to Lamela, but a good save from Kepa there. There was nobody in the center of the park to help defend that. That was scary times. Interesting to see that all of the action has decided to come up in the last 2 minutes of the game, as there's 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. Just about a minute into it, though. The Spurs coming forward once again. Harry Kane, good interception, good clearance away. Muniain, just get it out. Get it out to the wing and start something. Inchausti tries to get it through two defenders. It can't really do much of anything there. I'm not going to say anything is certain until the final whistle is blown, because I've seen stuff happen where goals get scored with 5 seconds left to go in stoppage time. So let's just keep going with this. 20 seconds left as we're trying to hold on to the ball and trying to make something work. Can we escape with a goal here? Can we come away with a win with 10 seconds to go? Villalibre out to Uhia. The red shirts need to start bombing forward. Shabby around a defender to Uhia. Tries to cross it in, but it's cleared away by Spurs. And like I said, all the action coming within the last 2-3 minutes of the match. And we can't get anything. It's a 0-0 draw. I'm far from pleased. We had about 16, 17 shots. No, Spurs had 17 shots. We had 13. We had more possession, but we didn't have a single shot on target for a good half. I don't think we had a single shot on target in the first half. That's a problem, especially now that we're going to be going to Tottenham, and we're going to have to try and get a goal there. I mean, all credit to Spurs. You need to do exactly what they just did as an away team. Prevent the home team from scoring goals, and mission accomplished, I guess. Now it's our turn to return the favor. Right, and that's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next time around, of course, it will be the second leg of the Champions League first knockout stage. Will we advance? You got to tune in next time to find out. So, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. As I said, if you did, please go and drop it a like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And if you want to leave a comment below on the episode today or the series as a whole, please leave in the comment box below. I appreciate every comment that you put down. But anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and peace out.